Hello everybody, this is Iced Blood. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. This episode is going to be a little more standard than the last one. We're going to have an hour and a half of footage to go through. It'll be about 20 minutes for this episode, and we're going to spend that 20 minutes following up where we left off. This is a story-based playthrough. That's going to be our focus. So from now on, instead of going through every single quest and making sure we have every little thing squared away, this series is going to be focused on two things. One, the main scenario, and two, Ellion's class quests. So the focus is going to be on the Thaumaturge quests and the Black Mage quests later, and then, of course, the main scenario. The first expansion for this particular installment of Final Fantasy is going to be out in a couple of months now. I think it's June 23rd. So my hope is that we will be able to get Ellion to level 50 and finish up the main scenario at the least. Maybe not all the stories, because that involves raiding, and we'll see how that goes. But at least the main scenario, from when the game launched, I want to get that out of the way and get him ready for Heavensward in June. So our focus is going to be on those two things. Everything else is going to be done off camera. I will let you know what I've been doing and what kind of additions to Ellion's repertoire have been made thanks to that, but the episodes themselves will be a little more streamlined now. So, Raban, what's up? I've been waiting for you, Ellion. I trust you are fully recovered. Well, good, because there is much work to be done. Work that I would have you do. Oh, is that right? I'm listening. What kind of response do we have for a general? What do we got here? Let's see, is it, no, close, but, there it is. Yes, salute the general. What would you have of me? Listen well, Ellion. This will take some time to explain. Ooh, hold on, Envoy. Ooh, this is important. I remember this one. Alright. I've prepared these letters for my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. "5 years ago, we looked on powerless as our brothers and sisters were taken from us at Cartano, first by the Galeans, and then by the thrice-damned Primal called forth by their treachery. Not a day goes by that I do not think of my fallen comrades, and of the warriors of light, of whom no trace remained. The tragedies of the calamity are not so easily forgotten, nor should they be. In remembering all that we've lost, we're reminded of what we still have. And so I mean to mark the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano with a memorial service honoring the fallen. It is my hope that my counterparts in the Alliance will agree to do the same. And I would have you bear my words to them as my personal envoy. Why you? Because your deeds mark you out as the nearest thing that I have to a warrior of light. I can think of none more worthy of the role. The question is, will you accept it? Then it is agreed. You will journey to Gridania and Limsa as my official representative. Now, that's a great many malms to travel, and I've neither the time nor patience to wait around while you do it on foot. I hereby grant you permission to use the airship routes connecting the 3 city-states. This pass serves as proof of your privilege. Gone are the days when airship travel was available to all. The ever-present threat of Imperial attack has forced us to impose drastic restrictions out of concern for public safety. These passes are only granted when circumstance demands it, as in this case. Though there were others who insisted you be granted one regardless. Ellion, I am not alone in seeing it. Your potential is plain. But I've said enough. In the name of the Sultana, I bid you go forth. See for yourself the wonders of the realm for which the warriors of light risked all. Rise to your calling and fulfill your promise. And should your path be barred by man or beast, strike fast and true, for victory belongs to the bold. Now go, Ellion, and heed the crystal's guidance, should you ever lose your way. Alright, that's a nice heavy way of introducing airship travel. But that's primarily what we've got. We're going to be an envoy. Let's dress up for the occasion. There we go. Alright, so there are 3 city-states. He mentioned them all. Yep. Yeah, we know. He looks sharp. He's proud of himself. The 3 city-states are the primary hubs. At least 3 of them. I guess there's technically a 4th. We'll get to that. But there are the 3 main hubs from which you start based on which class you choose to begin with. And for the most part in the beginning of the game, these first 15 levels or so, although Ellion's 21, this is about a level 15 quest. You might have seen that. For the first handful of levels, you're only going to be centered around your area, whichever one you start with. Now, there are ways to get to the other places. You can actually walk from the desert of Thanalant into the Black Shroud, the forest around Gridania. You can do that. You can just walk right through. But the thing is, the monsters that you'll run across are very high level, and so it's potentially dangerous. You might die. Is this where we need to go? I'm not sure. But while you can do that, it's actually much more expedient. It's quicker, and generally just better to wait for this. But I think, did I do this the right way? I don't, yeah, okay. Old Envoy says speak with Momodi, not the airship ticketer. Okay, we'll go back to the Adventurers Guild. So yeah, now we've unlocked the airships, and which means we will be able to access all 3 major city-states quickly and easily. So that's the main thing is, say I wanted Ellion to be an Arcanist, or a Marauder, or a Lancer, or an Archer, something like that. This is the easiest way to make sure that happens. Just wait till 15, go to Gridania or Limsa and unlock the quest there, etc., etc. That's what this is all for. So this memorial service is a nice, heavy, fancy, storyline-based way of opening up the world. So that's what we're about to do today. So let's see what Momodi has to say in regards to that. Ah, back from your meeting with Reborn, are you? What'd the big man have to say? Is that a fact? Personal envoy of the Flame General himself. So, you'll be bearing the great man's words to the leaders of the Alliance, will you? And by airship? Bugger me, that's an honor and half, that is. But I can't think of anyone who deserves it more. I'm proud of you, Ellion, I truly am. Now, I dare say Reborn told you this, but not many people get to go on airships these days. In fact, most folk go to their graves having never once seen Eorzea from above. Poor buggers shuffle off to meet Thal, having never known the blues of Limsa-Lominsa's shimmering seas, or the myriad greens of leafy Gridania. But not you, Ellion. You'll see these sights and more, and everywhere you go, you'll find fascinating folk with fascinating tales to tell. The people you meet, the places you go, savor these experiences. For they're priceless all. Definitely sounds like Momodi's been around the block a few times. Saying that, it'd be remiss of me if I didn't remind you to be careful out there. Ul'dah ain't the only place beset by troubles, as you'll discover when you visit Limsa and Gridania. Truth be told, that might well be exactly what the General wants you to realize. I think he knows what kind of man you are, Ellion. A tiny one? And what kind's that, you ask? Sort of. Why, the kind that can't resist sticking his nose in other people's business, of course. And don't you ever go changing. That's fairly true. Safe travels, Ellion. I'll see you when you get back. Alrighty then. Well, there we go. We're going to become a man of the world now. And isn't that important? Traveling's important. I'm not, well, I've traveled before, and it's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I dare say Ellion would be. He's, well, I think I may have mentioned before, he's a bit of an absent-minded kind of guy. So I think he's got ADHD probably, and new places and new people probably would fascinate him. But then again, who knows if he'd ever make it back home. Anyway, now we have to go to the airship landing. And the first stop, I think, is going to be Limsa-Lominsa. So let's take a look. Greetings, sir. This is the reservation counter for passengers traveling to Limsa-Lominsa. Yep, there it is. Alright. If I'm not mistaken, you are the Flame General's envoy, Ellion Shivara, yes? Highwind Skyways is at your service. Will you be flying with us today? Highwind Skyways. Ooh, it's a reference to Final Fantasy VII. Look at that. Very nice. Alright, so now we're on the landing, and we have to go board the airship. We're going to have a bit of a cutscene here, kind of establishing the major conflict going on. So I'm going to let you go. Be quiet for a bit so you can watch this. Maybe... Oh, here it is. Okay. Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Limsa-Lominsa is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Okay, a little ahead of the game here. What else we got here before we head out? It's a single-person airship, looks like. They keep that entire ship primed and ready to go for one passenger? I wonder if that's how they get deliveries and stuff, though. That would make sense. You'd figure there'd be cargo or something, though. I don't know, maybe there is. That seems dangerous. I don't even have a seat. Oh, well, whatever. Look at all the folks that I know. Hi, guys! And, of course, off he goes. That mysterious renegade. When first we met beneath the Sultan tree, I sensed there was something unusual about him. I wonder if they will feel the same. They? Godspeed, Ellion. Godspeed. Alright. So here. Now, if I'm right, they'll be singing your praises from here to Far Reach before long. Where's Far Reach? Am I going to get to see Far Reach? May you always walk in the light of the crystal. Okay. Okay. So here we go. So after this scene ends with Ellion on the ship, we're going to get a bit of a cutscene kind of establishing the overarching conflict that the scenario will focus on. So I'll let you watch this in peace. It's pretty cool.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Otto, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Alrighty, so there you have your first glimpse, well, first real glimpse at the Empire. That's our enemy. The enemy has Magitech from Final Fantasy VI and Gunblades from 8. So they're bringing in whole bunches of reference from everywhere. I love it. Love me some Gunblades. I wonder if anybody gets to use Gunblades? I don't know. In any case, that's what we're up against, and hopefully... this I don't know, but I don't know how much of this we'll end up actually doing over the course of the main story. Do we get to meet those guys? Do we get to fight those guys? I don't know. But should be exciting. So, this is our first stop, so... Whoops. Went the wrong way. What we're going to do now, I think, is set Ellion up to start the next leg of the journey. You must be the envoy from Ul'dah. Welcome to Limsa, sir. Admiral Blofiswin awaits your arrival. Blofiswin? I honestly have no idea. Oh, these names. Okay. Alright, Storm Honor Guard, what's up? You are the Uldan Envoy? Welcome to Limsa. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please, proceed to the Crow's Lift at your earliest convenience. It will take you to Bulwark Hall. Once there, pray speak with Xanthale. He'll be pleased to show you into the Admiral's command room on the bridge. Alright, and then Blanmas. We're gonna go to the Drowning Wench. That's the Adventurers Guild for Limsa. And we're gonna let Ellion sit down, and then we'll attend to this business next time. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Just a bit of continuity going on. Not much happened, but we got to know a lot of stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of plot building. Alright, Ellion, take it easy, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.